happy weekday. So I was gonna make a quick video and I was gonna tell you guys about some of the people that I follow and pay attention to in the crypto space and how, I guess, why I like them and the reason that these are some of the ones that I pay the most attention to. At this time, I'm gonna tell you my top five. So the first one is gonna be BitBoy Crypto. And the reason that is the first one is because when I was first starting to get into crypto, that was channels that I sort of gravitated to. And so in the morning, they have a morning show that kind of recaps all of the day's news and the news of the week and that has happened over the weekend and everything. And so it's kind of like there's my news recap. On to that, in the evening, there's another show that is under the same umbrella called Rock Chain. And that one they have a panelist of all kinds of different people with differing opinions, whatever the topic might be for the day. And honestly, that was one of the like monumental moments in my like crypto career, crypto journey. Is then you're exposed to all kinds of different people that have all types of different opinions. So from there, it kind of built what I was interested in and who I was listening to and what kind of. So I'm gonna say BitBoy Crypto. These aren't in any particular order because I think they're all fantastic, but that is one of the biggest channels. And then from there, Crypto Wendy O. She's one of my favorites, and I'll say she's one of my favorites because she has really great streams. Ad her recommendations, not financial advice, but her recommendations on how to manage risk have been really helpful in my journey. One of the things she talks about that I think is amazing is moon bags. So that's a whole ideology that whenever you are investing in a very speculative, high risk play, you are waiting for the initial pump and then you are taking out at least your initial investment. And so that way, then you have de-risked yourself and you don't have any table that could get taken, basically. Way in the future, later on in the cycle, if that explodes, then it's just profit, but your risk is taken off the table. She also recommends taking profit taking. And one of the best quotes, not from her, but just in general, is that I've heard, I don't know who I would attribute it to, but is that nobody ever went broke, right, taking profits. And so when you're in profit, it's very important to take as much profits as you can. You don't necessarily always want to position, but it's definitely something that you want to remove yourself from being in a risky situation. So one of the others that I'm going to be mentioning, or the third on the list, is going to be Daily. They have one of the biggest audiences in crypto YouTube, right up there with BitBoy Crypto. And the big thing there is that their videos tend to be a lot smaller, and they usually just talk about like projects. One of the things with them that I always keep in is that on BitBoy Crypto, as well as they often tend to gravitate more towards the higher cap crypto projects. So are already very prominent projects. They will do interviews with founders and different groups. The team that is creating a project. It's very helpful in getting a better insight into what is actually going on. Boy Crypto also does that. Crypto Wendy O does that. One of the things that I will say is that one of the things I like a little bit about Crypto Wendy O's channel is that she also will allow more a, a broader group of projects to talk on her show and talk about their project. Not necessarily shilling them or promoting them or anything, but allowing them that platform to come on. Some of the projects that I've heard on there have been a lot smaller than I've seen on some of the other channels, but the opportunity there is a little bit greater because it's a little bit earlier in the project cycle, and so your ability to make a moon bag is sometimes a little bit better. So I would say another one is going to be Mind Your Biz. He highly focused on mining as well as like security, all kinds of cybersecurity, and basically like security in crypto, how identify scams and different things. And so there's a lot of aspects of crypto, like personal responsibility and different stuff that he talks about a lot more. That is a very good thing. If you're getting into crypto for the first time, like, you definitely want to get your security, right? Your security has to be one of the most important things, because if you lose your private keys, you're going to be like that guy that was excavating the landfill, spent millions of dollars to find like millions, I think hundreds of thousands of dollars to find millions of dollars in Bitcoin that he had on a computer somewhere on a hard drive. Okay, you don't want to be that guy. You want to make sure that you set yourself up for success. And the way to do that is going to be basically making sure that your security is the right place. When you think about these people that are high up in the crypto world, like Vitalik Buterin, interview where he tells the story about how basically he, like, some airdropped him, I think it was the Shiba tokens, a whole bunch of Shiba tokens, and they said, "Oh, look, Vitalik is involved in this project," and so to get more eyes on the project, so that the hype cycle would build up. So he did something where he had like part of his seed phrase, or like part of his private key, Canada, and part in the US. So he had to like travel to these two places to put these keys together in order to be able to access his wallet, where then he has like some multi-sig something, and then basically that was the way that he had to put those tokens, where he ended up contributing them to charity. Making sure that your security is top notch is very important. And beyond that, I would say Galaxy, I'm not sure if that's 100% what his channel is called, but I pay attention to a lot of his streams and content as well. He has a completely different way of looking at cryptos and valuing cryptos than anybody else that's mentioned here. Other ones are a lot more focused on fundamentals. He looks at pumpamentals, but also he latches on to some more overlooked crypto projects that have some good fundamentals that are there as well. They're just going to be a lot lower cap than any of the other ones. So a lot of the like first movers, the ones that are kind of interesting, if I ever hear anything on his channel, it's worth doing the research on it, because the market cap is a lot smaller, which means that the amount of growth that you can have in your portfolio is going to be a lot bigger. So this was just my quick video. Who in the crypto space that I pay attention to as far as videos. Beyond that, there's a lot of other ones that could have made this list that I do pay attention to a lot of the space. However, I'll say for a beginner, if you're new here, this is where you should start, and from there you should build on. You need to also keep in mind that not all these people are going to have the same ideas as you do. They might not have the same political perspective as you. The knowledge that they're sharing is very important. I know that there's a good likelihood of chance of people that absolutely hate one or multiple of these people to come on here and say something negative about my recommending them, calling them scammers or grifters. But I will tell you, I personally have learned a lot more from these people than a lot of the other content in crypto. Of course, crypto Twitter is a big part of that. You're going to be involved in the community. You have to understand that crypto Twitter is a different world. If you have a Twitter and you're on Twitter right now and you're not involved in crypto, then it might be a little bit tougher for you to get into that world. But basically, you need to look up the top 20 projects and their Twitter account. From there, projects that you're interested in, give them a follow. Following people that are very in the space, you need to be careful, because there are a lot of scammers. There are a whole lot of scammers. But first you need to listen, and then from listening, you will get a better idea of what's going on in this space. It's really amazing. My next video, I'm going to talk about books that I recommend on reading, because everybody says, that one, and there's one book that everybody recommends, and I'm going to give you a handful to look into. But thank you guys for your time. Hope you have an awesome day. And I look forward to seeing all of you guys in the bull run. I think that if you're looking now, you're starting now, you're paying attention now, then when we get there, it's going to be a completely different experience. Hopefully, that's going to be the place where we can be like, hey, let's meet up in New York, get dinner, let's go to California, get breakfast, let's go to Dubai. Somebody's got a boat out there, it'd be amazing. And I'm hoping that for everybody. And peace, love, positivity.